and welcome back to another episode of Last Minute Laura. My name is Laura, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. It's something that I do behind the scenes once in a while just for myself, but I thought I'd share it with you guys because I've never really showed it on camera. I do talk about it in the live stream, but I thought I would show it. And disclaimer, I'm no expert, so take any advice I give as advice from a non-expert. Today, I'm going to be making some tea. So it's not real tea as it doesn't contain any tea leaves, but I call it a tea because it's a steeped plant beverage thing. Basically, I start with mint, and then I'm going to be adding a bunch of dried flowers. All of the flowers I'm adding are edible flowers that I've collected and foraged from around the property and from around my parents' farm. Then I dehydrated them in my dehydrator and packaged them into these cute little bags, which are sealed. I date them, I write what they were, what they are, I suppose, and then I can leave them for a later date. But now I have quite a bunch stored up, so I want to mix a few of the different plants together to make an herbal tea for myself for the winter months. I'm going to package them up in those zip top bags, and I'm even going to heat seal them with my heat sealer so that I can gift them to friends and maybe put some of them on the website for sale for you. So, like I said, I am starting with mint. This morning I went out into the garden to pick some fresh mint just so I could show you what it looks like. Right now the mint is going to flower because it's the end of the season. It's mid-August, and so some of the purple flowers are showing up on the mint now. It still smells nice and fresh. Since this is a wild mint, it's not as pungently minty. It has a bit more of like a green earthy flavor to it. Still clearly minty, but not as minty as a more cultivated mint. So I've got a whole bunch of that, which I've already dried. I've got one wild mint. Oh, I just put out one of each. I've got several of those in the wild mint. I've also got one bag of chocolate mint. Oh, my chocolate mint is in my cupboard because I'm using that as my current tea, which was cultivated by my mom. It's like part of her herb garden. This is some of the chocolate. So I've got some of the chocolate mint here that I just took out of my cold room. It's been drying upside down, tied up. That's one of the ways I like to dry herbs. The other way, of course, is in my dehydrator. So I'm going to be using a little bit of chocolate mint today, as well as a little bit of wild mint, just to get a blend of those flavors. I'm also going to be adding some white clover. That's just going to add some pretty flower petals and some sweetness. White clover and red clover, I have some red clover here, are both edible and they both grow in my area. If you're going to be harvesting plants for tea though, make sure you're harvesting from somewhere that has not used pesticides. Don't harvest from anywhere near a road. Don't harvest near tons of cultivated plants because there might be plant food that was used. These were in a very wild, very organic area of my parents' farm. There is no pesticides there. There were no animals treading through there. Basically, they have this area of the farm that they don't cut the grass in just so that it's left for the bees. And I took the flowers from that area. Don't worry, I waited until like the end of the day. The bees were not going to be suffering because I took them. But if you are going to be collecting anything for your body, anything for food or for topical, make sure it's from a safe area. All of mine were from a safe area. Also, I have some chicory flowers. So chicory is also known in some places as cornflower. It's these beautiful, I picked some fresh ones today so I could show you. I'm also going to dry them later. It's this beautiful bright blue flower. Sometimes they almost have a little bit of a purpley hue to them, and not much of a smell, maybe just slightly sweet, but they're an edible flower, so I dehydrated some of them just to add some color to the tea. No, you're not sitting on my lap right now. Anyway, so I am going to be adding some of those cornflowers to the tea as well. And last but not least, I've got some tiger lilies. They're not actually tiger lilies. These are summer day lilies. So they're a wild variety that grows in southern Ontario. It grows everywhere like a weed. You can find it on the side of many roads, in many construction areas, waste places, in yards that have been left to go wild. We had a huge patch of them at the back of our farm just growing wild. So I picked maybe 10% of the blooms every day for a few weeks, dried them out, and now I've got some dried lilies. Pretty much all of the tea is going to be a mint tea with some colorful blossoms in it. But what I'm really excited for is when fall comes, there are tons of wild rose bushes in my area growing all over the place. Some of them are as big as trees, just wild, and they're covered in rose hips. It's a little bit early to be harvesting them right now. I'm going to wait until after the first frost. From what I've read, after a frost, all of the sugar from the rose plant moves into the rose hips, so you get a much sweeter result in those rose hips. If you don't know what rose hips are, they're kind of like the fruit of a rose flower. So I am going to be harvesting rose hips to make rose hip tea, but right now, at this point in the summer, they're not ready. So I'm just going to be working with mint. So let's first open up my dehydrated mint and add it to my, oh, it smells so good. It kind of smells like grass mixed with mint, or alfalfa mixed with mint. It's a nice smell. And then I'm going to do my cornflowers, or my chicory blossoms. I'm going to put all of them in because I like them a lot. And then I think I'll do a little bit of red clover. First, I'm just going to break them up. Just in the bag. And then I'm going to sprinkle some in. Really, the flowers are just for a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of color. And I'll do a little bit of my white clover too, which was already broken up, because there were so many of them this summer. Our lawn is basically clover, so we don't use pesticides. I'm going to break up the lilies a little bit too. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the lilies. And now let me just get a spoon to mix these together. Oh, it smells really nice. So I'm going to add a little bit of the chocolate mint, just to up the mintiness. Oh, that smells so good. I wish you could smell this. Then I'm not going to include the sticks. Even though they work, the sticks are totally good to add into a tea. You know what, actually? Screw it, the sticks are totally minty. I only grabbed the top parts of the plant, so these sticks are gonna work perfectly anyway. All right, mix that up a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. It's like a beautiful rainbow. I love the cornflowers. I'm just gonna go in there and break up some of the clovers that didn't quite break up all the way. Oh, that smells so nice. Okay, now I'm going to boil some water and test it, see how it tastes, see if it needs any more mint or any more of anything really. So hold on a sec, I'll give you a little bit of a close-up view of this dry tea before I bag it up while the water's boiling. And would you believe it? That's it. I just collect edible plants from my yard, I dehydrate them, I mix them together, usually with a base of mint, but in the fall sometimes I'll do it with a base of rose hip. This batch is with a base of mint, and I create the most soul-feeding cup of tea that you could have. It's organic, It's locally grown and it's gotta be good for you, right? It's like all within 1 kilometer of my station right now is where all of this was from. So it's still a little hot, but it's just an earthy peppermint green tea with some floral undertones. It's pretty, it tastes good, and now I'm gonna bag it up in some of these reusable Ziploc bags. I'm gonna do a few for myself for the winter just to add to my stores, and then if there's a little extra, it might end up in the store. So check www.lastminutelaura.ca and you can get one of these exactly just like the cup that I just drank. I'm going to bag up, and then we could be having the same cup of tea together. If you join the live stream, it'll be even more bizarre because we'll be sitting together chatting, drinking the same cup of tea. Great for gifts, great for Christmas, great for your soul. Honestly, I do recommend finding out edible plants in your area and doing the same thing. It's really easy, it's fun, and it's really cool to make a cup of tea with ingredients that you've collected yourself. So I do recommend giving it a shot, but if you're not one to start foraging around, that's okay too. I do have it available, or I will have it available. By the time this video comes up, I will have packaged up some of this into gift bags in little reusable zip top bags that will be heat sealed and ready to ship. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to try and find something that you can eat from your backyard that you didn't necessarily know was a food item. And yeah, I hope you'll subscribe because I'm putting out new videos every single day, and I hope you'll come back and check one of them out tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye!